I think the whole workflow of a PM would be completely thrown away if these tools are adopted by major organizations.
Currently, we stick to a lot of SaaS products in general, but down the line, everyone can have their own customizable products which they can build by themselves and solve for it. She was telling this, hey, I was trying to like figure out my schedules with my baby and stuff. So instead of like sticking to a specific product, she's just vibe coding it.
Let's see Versal. Oh wow. See this?
Okay.
It's like a good landing page for a product. It has features, how it works. Companies spend so much money on SaaS products, right? Even simple HR products, they spend so much money on them. So they should have like a team of vibe coders who are like consultants within the company.
I started using at work as well. So previously when I work with the designers, right, I usually just give like screenshots or put like a text box or something like that on top of a screenshot telling that, hey, this is what I'm visualizing. But now I don't have to do that. I just go to Lovable, tell what I'm thinking.
Last time Bolt didn't have anything, but I think Bolt, after we have tried this after 4 weeks, Bolt tremendously improved the way it's building.
Yeah, true. I agree.
Just in a matter of few weeks, now we have another competing with Lovable.
What I understood is the new norm is every tool can generate UI. Okay, that's expected. If you can't do that, you're out of the race. Okay, but beyond creating the UI itself, how smart are you to think about the problem and solve it? How much ever good it does if it makes you sit on it for like 5 days, rather if the other one can make you finish things in like half a day, I would anytime prefer that.
So who's the winner, right? Like we have given ratings, but who's the winner here? Clearly we see competition. Previously it was like last time when we did this video, Lovable was the winner, but here we see some competition. Hey boys, how are you doing?
Good.
So yeah, we have gotten a lot of response for our last vibe coding video. So people want more of it. So today, let's go in and explore the same pattern of vibe coding tool, but we'll try it on more tools now. We have added Vercel and Firebase to the overall suite of vibe coding tools. So previously we have done Lovable, Replit, and Bolt. Now we'll add Vercel and Firebase to the overall suite. So what we'll do is we'll basically pick an idea, try to see how each of these tools are performing and building these products on the idea, and then at the end we'll see what tool is the winner overall in the suite of these products. So we have been vibe coding since the last 90 days. So we'll also go into some of the best practices for vibe coding to get more out of these tools, and also some things which you should not do while vibe coding. And also we can go into details about how can you actually link the front end to a back end, add databases, add logging, add email services, and so on and so forth. So all of these things are things which we have developed or learned in the last 90 days, and this could help you build better products using these tools. So so let's get started. So before I get started, right, so what do you guys feel? I've been seeing so many of these tools and people experimenting with them and posting on LinkedIn. So what do you guys think?
I like it for sure, especially from a PM standpoint, right? I started using at work as well. So previously when I work with the designers, right, I usually just give like screenshots or put like a text box or something like that on top of a screenshot telling that, hey, this is what I'm visualizing. But now I don't have to do that. I just go to Lovable, tell what I'm thinking, tell all the details that I want, or I would have already written a PRD for that. Just give the PRD for it, let it generate a flow, give that to the designers, telling that, hey, this is what I'm visualizing. But obviously this is AI generated, so feel free to like take it as a reference, but build whatever you think is right.
It's absolutely right, Fanny. So, I was while building vibe coding, right? I was actually thinking about all the workflows which a PM does, right? So, from idea to product. So, essentially, we start with a one pager PRD, then go into writing user stories. These user stories are picked up by developers to develop stuff. And in between, there is also a collaboration with designers to figure out what the design and the layout is, what the flow looks like. And as you're building, there is also QA people who are coming in and validating things and all. But I think with these vibe coding tools, you don't even have to go through all of this. You just start with the problem, give it a problem, build something, and then give it to your design team to say, like, is it meeting our standards or no? Give it to the development team to say, can you build this? And it also has the code part of it, right? So it's much easier, I guess, now. And I think the whole workflow of a PM would be completely thrown away if these tools are adopted by major organizations.
Yeah, that's interesting. I haven't explored it to work. I need to figure out if I can explore it work, but I tried offline. I mean, it's definitely one thing which I also observed in LinkedIn lately is a lot of influencers are now trying to collaborate with Replit or Bolt. I've seen where they are coming together, just trying to give more demos. And also seen some videos where users instead of Lovable or Replit giving the demo, they are making users to give the demo on behalf of them. So
That's
that's one
interesting.
interesting.
I think we should, if we have the opportunity, we should definitely invite these founders to come on our podcast to show us how to build these, MVPs or products. And anybody who's looking at this video has any connection to these people, please comment so that we can actually bring these people in and ask the questions which we have.
Yeah, why not? We have been doing a lot for them the last probably 2-3 videos, right? We have been promoting a lot.
Okay, cool. So let's get into trying to wipe code this today. And at the end, let's discuss more about like what are some of the good practices, bad practices, and also anybody who's watching this video, please wait till the end so that you can use these tools effectively to build your MVPs and so on and so forth. So what idea should we start with, guys? Like,
I know we were jamming on this a little bit. I like the idea of trying out Calendly. Like,
okay.
very simple. It needs both a front end and a back end integration. It needs a customer specific profiles and stuff. So I think it will cover a holistic product experience if you guys want to try that.
Yeah, definitely we should try that. And I think Calendly has been an example which a lot of people talk about, product-led growth and a small a product that's also very small problem but built $100 million business, right? So very big revenue generating business. But tools like this can disrupt bigger businesses which don't have much moat around it. So I think that could be a really, really good example. And I think while scheduling some of the interviews which we are doing, it has been a pain point for us, right? So the subscription for Calendly is like more than $15 or $16. We have tried alternative free tools, but these tools are not up to mark as how Calendly works. So we always struggled with using different tools, but haven't gotten a tool which actually solves for all the needs which we have in scheduling these interviews and podcast interviews. So let's give it a try.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so let's do it the same way where we go take a PRD template, put it into Claude, ask it for requirements, and then paste that requirements into all of the vibe coding tools and see how they build it.
Do it.
So, but before we get into the PRDs, I want you guys to talk about at least think about all the problems we had while using the tool which we normally use, so that we can just give it to the tool and so that it'll basically take care of some of those problems. Just
So
keep
here talk about the use cases.
Yeah, no, not the use cases, but we had some problems while using the tool, right? Like because we are all in 3 different time zones, multiple calendars, and all of those things. Let me share my screen. Yeah, let's get started. So I'll go to PRD. So I've asked it to say like help us create a PRD for a product like Calendly. And our problem, what we have using some of these products is we don't have a way to customize it because we have 3 different hosts. So what we're trying to ask it is to customize that it should be able to ask who the host is, and based on the host and the availability of the host, it should show different slots for you to pick.
Makes sense.
And
It will basically
availability of
send
the
the
host,
calendar invite.
yeah, and the availability of the host might be different, and also for every interview there might be 1 or 2 different hosts who are hosting the person.
Makes sense.
So let's quick that and yeah.
I don't know if you guys see it this way, right? I spoke about this in one of our previous videos too. Currently, we stick to a lot of SaaS products in general, but down the line, everyone can have their own customizable products which they can build by themselves and solve for it.
That's right. Yeah.
I was talking to one of my team members. She was telling this, hey, I was trying to like figure out my schedules with my baby and stuff. So instead of like sticking to a specific product, she's just vibe coding it. Like that is amazing.
Yeah. I think everybody should do that.
Yep. All of product portfolios or whatever their personal portfolio.
Personal portfolio and even companies, right? So like companies spend so much money on SaaS products, right? Even simple HR products, they spend so much money on them. So they should have like a team of vibe coders who are like consultants within the company who are just building solutions for every SaaS product or something that is used internally in a company.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. It says Connectly.
Connect key.
Okay, scheduling designed to simplify booking interviews and meeting with hosts. Unlike traditional schedulers, Connectly customizes availability dynamically based on selected host, making multi-host scheduling seamless and personalized.
Nice.
It would have taken me like a couple of hours to come up with this problem statement. Okay. Interview candidate, client, customer, host, admin, or recruiter. Okay. Yeah, it has some features here, and it also mentions success and all, but I think we don't need all of these, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see, it's asking me to say like I like the way which the new version of 4.0 and 4.5 is like it keeps continuing the conversation. It says, do you want more? Do you want this? Do you want that? So that's a new thing that ChatGPT started doing.
But you know what you should do now? You should say a thank you to it.
Yeah, and you saw this tweet by Sam Altman. He's like, "Thank you." Just because people are telling thank you, it's it's costing them a lot of money to run GPUs.
Was Gemini the first LLM that came with this concept, like asking more and more?
I don't know. Gemini. Yeah, let's also.
Siddhu, you can
Gemini
use
is
the copy button at the bottom. That'll be easy for you.
okay. Yeah, that's right. Okay,
Mm.
let's copy it
I
to.
think I liked in Gemini. Of course, not the results, but follow-up questions were good.
See, it copies everything. So let me take it off. I don't think all the team and all of these are relevant, right? So let's remove this. Constraints, assumptions, like project timeline is also not relevant. So
It's okay. Just give it Siddhu.
yeah,
So what are you trying now?
just trying it with all these tools.
Yeah, and which tool are you trying?
This is Versal.
Okay.
Okay, submitted it. Lovable, submitted it.
Before we start, let's do a poll again.
And
Funny.
I haven't tried Versal or Firebase, but
You might.
given that I tried extensively with Lovable, my vote is still for Lovable. Let's see how it goes.
Funny's love for lovable never goes. What about you, Siddhu?
I'm also on the same page.
Lovable.
Lovable, yeah.
Me too, probably for now. But again, like funny, I haven't seen or played with Vercel, the other one.
If you added cursor, then I would have probably thought a little bit. But given that Siddhu didn't add cursor to it, I'm gonna still stick to like Lovable.
Cursor is not easy to use. Funny, it's like I've actually tried cursor, but man, because I think it's been so long for me actually doing code. It's been more than 10 years. It's not easy for me to figure things out there. I have to somehow figure it out. Yeah.
No, even I didn't play with it a lot. Tried it for sure, but it's for an engineer. The customer persona is not us. It's for an engineer.
And I've also heard that all the new startups now, right? Whenever somebody, a new engineer starts, they give them cursor they hook it up and they start coding, it seems. So it's
Yesterday,
easy.
even our guest was talking about it, right? They're like, hey, our engineers are trying cursor. Yep.
I don't know what this is doing here. Let me go back. So what it says is, again, let me give it a prompt. It stays thinking and it stops. So it makes mistakes, I know, but it's not even giving anything.
It's not willing to start the competition, Siddha.
Is it like this? Have you guys tried it
I
before?
haven't tried Versal.
I haven't tried to.
Okay, see, it's not even starting actually. I don't know. Okay.
Maybe let's go to other one and we'll come.
Lovable is still building. Replit, I know, based on every experience, we know that it takes time. So it's like the steady tortoise. Okay, so what did Fire Studio?
It built
So
already?
no. It's basically saying app prototype. It's calling it hostly. So it actually,
PRD said correctly, right?
yeah, but I think it's coming up with its own name. It didn't like currently was probably. So it says, okay, it says host selection feature, dynamic availability, and time zone detection. And it has colors and all. Let's say prototype. Okay, cool. Bolt, what is Bolt doing? Of course, here's the first period of your Calendly-like. Okay.
Why did it give PRD? You already gave PRD, right?
Yeah.
Maybe the mistake that we did, Sidhu, is when we gave the prompt, we should have probably said at the end, like, build an app for me or something like that. Maybe that's what is missing.
Yeah, I think that's missing. So let me just do it again for Bolt.
Remember, right? For bold, you have to tell step 1, step 2, step 3.
Even if you tell that it's going to build one page and nothing else.
Yeah, okay. That's the so again one more learning. So you have to actually tell it even you after you give it a PRD. So I think we should do the same here. Hey, please, I'm app using the PRD. Okay, it's thinking. Okay, yeah. I know that you figured out another tip, funny.
We'll add a prompt to your prompt hub, Sidhu.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh,
can you open it in a new window? Okay.
okay. Available dates, which is not that great, like the UI, but okay, I'm okay with that. Okay. See, I think I like Lovable because it builds the flows also as part of the initial version. Do you want me to just give names? It also has a
Simulating all the data right now.
yeah, simulating all the data, but it also has like reschedule and cancel and all of that.
Let's continue this one, Sidhu. So ask her
Yeah,
to build a calendar integration with Google Calendar. Let's see. Let's vibe code an app.
this is great.
This is a great start.
And tell our names also, right? We have 3 hosts, so we need to integrate with 3 calendars.
Okay. Any other instructions?
Start here.
Okay, that's good. So let's say, okay, now it has come up with a plan. Oh,
Man,
build
why
an
is
initial
it stuck
prototype.
with it? Just build it, dude. Like, why is it asking for so many approvals?
Postgres, okay, it says Google. So it's thinking about us, okay. SMS notifications for booking reminders, okay. Advanced rules like buffer times, booking limitations. No, we don't need that. Do we need an integration? Postgres integration?
Let's put it.
Yes.
And the way I see it is when customers log in or things like that, then we should like store all of the data.
See, one thing this is doing is in addition to Lovable is it has a timeline. Visual preview in 2 minutes. get the first app version in 10 minutes. And it also says install. Replit has an app actually, an actual iOS app where you can do it in the app. You can command in the app, and looks like it will send you notifications once it's ready. So more features. If you're a guy who wants to vibe code on a mobile, you can do that. Okay, let's go to Firebase. Firebase, okay, it has some kind of a. So for anybody who's watching, right, what Firebase does is, so based on my experimenting with Firebase, is all the other vibe coding tools have basically a backend that is integrated into. So Lovable and Bolt has Superbase, which you can integrate into, where you can have databases, auth stuff, logging, and so on and so forth. For Replit, it creates automatic infrastructure for you. But Firebase is basically a free product, which all the others are not. So what you could do is, like, you could give unlimited number of commands here, but I think it uses API. So Google API to use Gemini. So essentially you can give your API key. So whenever you ask it to do a task, it'll basically go to the API, but the API will basically, the
Charge you.
consumption rate of the API will be charged to your card. So that's how it works. And on the background, all the database infrastructure is Google, because this is a Google product. All sits in Google Cloud. So that's where you have to set up a Google Cloud account.
Basically, they're trying to put a wrapper on Google Cloud here
Yes.
and making money through that rather than going with a subscription. Okay.
That's right. Yeah. So it gave us a prototype. The first iteration app is ready. Try out the preview. So this is the preview. It says, okay. But it's still basic, right? But I think it is actually emulating Calendly. Calendly just has the calendar, right? So yeah, and then it also says there is an issue. Then why not fix it? Okay.
This is one thing I hate with these vibe coding tools. It just writes a code. Like when you have an engineer, what do they typically do? They write the code, they run it, they test if the code is working or not, and then go with the build. This one just gives something, and then when we click on publish, then it tells that, hey, something went wrong. I'm like, dude, fix it and then come back to me.
So guys, are we recording?
Yeah.
I see 000 on my screen.
No, it's recording. You're good.
It's recording for me too.
It gave me a heart attack after doing so much. Okay, let's maybe give the same to Firebase also. Okay, let's look at Bolt. Oh, what happened? Bolt has the same
UI like Lovable.
UI as Lovable. Did Bolt change its backend now? It's almost similar, right? So
One thing
No,
which
it's
I've
different.
observed is
Go
everything
back to select
comes
the
in
box.
blue.
yeah, let me go back.
I'm blanking out. Both use Claude, right?
See, so this is Connectly and this is Bolt. Both are same as it is, right? So the names are different, I guess, maybe. Yeah, the names are different, but did something change with Bolt? Bolt was bad, right, before?
Yeah.
Even though I have the same thought process, though. Let's try something out. Let's see if anything works on that page.
Okay, let's try that. Okay, let me.
One thing I've observed, like you guys see, it's consistently coming in all blue palette colors.
Maybe the PRD gave that. I don't know.
Okay, maybe, yeah. So, okay. So this is the Bolt version. Let's select it. It has available times. Okay, let's select the available times. Then, yeah, give email. Oh, it also says purpose, initial consultation interview and all. So
Nice.
that is good. Complete booking. Okay. And it says, okay, it also has an iCal. So you can download it, I guess. Oh no, it's not working. Sorry.
I did a simulation for now.
Okay.
A good first start. Good first start.
So last time Bolt didn't have anything, but I think Bolt, after we have tried this after 4 weeks, Bolt tremendously improved the way it's building.
Yeah, true. I agree.
Just in a matter of few weeks, now we have another competing with Lovable. Let's
Yeah.
try.
Let's
No,
give again.
Bolt was supposed to be the fastest growing than Lovable.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe they're learning from directly from Lovable. Okay, let's see Versal. Oh wow. See this? It's like a good landing page for a product. It has features, how it works. So we said it, we want it for ourselves, but it maybe built it like a generic product. So let's try it out. How do you expand it? Open a new tab, okay? Book now. Okay. Select. It has more detail, but no times to select. Okay. So this is another host. Like, okay, it has times. Actually,
Maybe it's anticipating us to like link to a calendar or something like that.
yeah, maybe. But see, you see this? So this is actually, it built it like a product directly. So it says like, okay, these are the features, multiple hosts, dynamic availability, time zone detection, simple, intuitive, and it also says like 1949.99. That's good. Okay. Again, let's go back to Lovable. So what did it say? Okay, it says I noticed you'd like to add calendar integration of the host before the implementation. I need to inform you that since it involves authentication and backend connectivity, we need to way to secure. Okay, store Google Auth tokens, and we need functionality and all of that. I recommend first connecting Lovable project to Superbase. We need to connect Lovable to Superbase, which you can create a Superbase account and connect it to. Do we want to do it now?
Connect it. Let's try.
Okay. So basically, I'm connecting it to my personal GitHub. Okay. So once you connect it, yes, connect. Okay. So let's go to Replit. Okay.
Actually, before Replit, can you go back to Bolt?
Bold. Okay.
Given that it did a good job. Oh, it's still fixing some issue?
I said I'll help you integrate with Google Calendar. It says update package, add Google integration. Okay. Start application, add, and I think it's ask. Okay, attempt to fix. Okay, attempt to fix. Again, it has a problem.
This thing happens on and off for me as well. Like at times it just struggles. It continually gets like build errors. And the issue with this one, Sidhu, I don't know if you see it this way, is every time there is an error, you're just sitting there fixing it. I don't know if they actually use the calls, like the number of the quota that they give to us. Every time you fix, if it's eating into the quota that we get, it's annoying.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and I've seen this, right. So initially the prototype comes in very fast. Like the 80% of the app is easy to build, but the last 20%, right, where you have to add integrations or add auth, login, and all. I remember it taking more than 100 credits just for one Google integration, Google sign up integration. So it was, yeah, for a developer, it would have taken much lesser time, right? So,
Yeah.
so I think it's asking us to give a auth code.
Okay. So far what I'm seeing is Lovable continue to like build the integration. He told the steps. Let's see. Actually go back to Lovable, Sidhu. Let's see if it asked anything. Okay, this one
So
is
it has
also been
a,
unsuccessful. Let's try.
yeah. And surprisingly, what is different this time is every app, I think three of the apps are almost similar, built something similar. So I think they have same LLM in the background is what I'm thinking. See, Lovable was the same. When we go to Replit is also doing the same, I guess. Last time Replit did a very bad job, right? If you guys remember.
Yeah.
Replit probably was third, right? Or Bolt was third.
It's doing a good job. See, Replit also has the same now. All blue theme, and you can go in and select. See, so it even did a better job now, I guess. So it says about the host, then it says okay, select timings. I think I like Replit much better.
Me too, at a first glance.
Give some random number.
No, it's not a mandatory field anyways.
What is error then?
I think so on the background, what I think there's no database to store this information, so that's why it's
Oh,
error.
it's not simulating basically. Okay.
It's not simulating, so that's actually good. So I think what we have
I
learned is all of these tools are changing very fast, right?
And actually, on that note, Sidhu, Lovable, the way it is trained, is for perfection. It's like I have to give a response at any point of time. So I've done a lot of vibe coding with Lovable. Anytime I tell it, dude, like I want an actual API response, it'll come back and say, anytime the API response is not there, I am gonna simulate the response from you. I'm like, dude, I don't want that, man.
So it's actually creating something dummy and trying to simulate the API.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want that. I want an actual response. No, it's like it kept on doing that for me.
Cool. So yeah, and Bolt. Ignore this. Okay, let's refresh. So yeah, I think for integration we need to create an OAuth ID and all of those things, so it gets more complicated. Should we just check out how the different versions are and see who's the winner?
Yeah, let's try it.
Yep, let's do it.
So let me just open all of these things up and then we can compare. So this is Versal and Lovable. It's coming up. Okay, let me open Lovable. So we have Vercel, Lovable. Next one is Replit. Okay, we have Replit here. Okay, this is Firebase and Bolt. I don't know, man. This basically is. I think Bolt is disqualifying itself. It's like
It's not even number 5.
I think we should also have a criteria on. Now it's becoming difficult for us to pick which is the best tool. We have to have a criteria on how do we select the best tool, like UI functionality and so forth, something like that. So what do you guys think is the most important thing? So from my perspective, two important things are: one is functionality, second is the UI.
I mean, I've been thinking about these apps more around, honestly, other way. I was thinking more from user experience standpoint. I felt like once I know the user experience, we can figure out the back end how it all can be integrated. That's how I was thinking.
So you're saying I don't worry about the backend.
Yeah, because once I'm clear on what the problem is and how users will use my product, then probably I thought we could figure out the back end.
You'll say like that, Srinath, but once you try how painful that is to connect.
Oh, yeah. I agree. You guys have done probably used these tools more than me. I have used Replit and Lovable, not the other ones. But yeah.
No, these things are
What
like
it's funny.
I don't know. My first thought is smartness. So, how smart are you to solve a problem? Like what I understood is the new norm is every tool can generate UI. Okay, that's expected. If you can't do that, you're out of the race. Okay, but beyond creating the UI itself, how smart are you to think about the problem and solve it? If you can't do that, then you're making the other person sit with you just to get the number of calls and gain money from the tool. Rather, you're not solving the problem. Yeah. Okay,
That's a
let's go
very
through
good
each of them.
point. Okay, before we go into each, did anyone change their mind on votes?
No, let's vote one tool at a time, right? So I'm asking ChatGPT like what is the criteria to rate vibe coding tools? Give me 3 items, right? So for me, I'm thinking it's
or something.
yeah. At least I'm thinking the UI, the functionality, the way the UI is appealing, and how functional is the prototype.
I want to add that one, Sidhu. Like, how fast are you, or how proactive are you? Because how much ever good it does, if it makes you sit on it for like 5 days, rather if the other one can um, make you finish things in like half a day, I would anytime prefer that.
Yeah. So getting to that
Getting
hero to
both.
one faster or a usable product faster.
Yeah.
Yep.
UI functionality and speed of getting from that 0 to 1.
Speed
These
to
are
market.
the
Yep.
okay. And the UI is more like feel, right? So we can rate those things, and the other two we can just basically discuss and say like, what is good. So let's start with Versal. So this is the first time I'm using Versal. So at least my feeling is I like the way it it built it as a landing page. So essentially, if I want to build this as a product to sell it to somebody, this is what I would prefer. So I think I would rate the UI as 4. But what I would also say is this is not what I want. I don't want to create a landing page and sell this product. I want to build it for myself. So I wouldn't want like a marketing landing page for this product. What do you guys think?
Can you actually make a couple of actions? Like, I'm blanking out. Like, can you click on book now? Yeah. I
Yeah,
feel like
this
this
is
is dumb. This is dumb because it created a landing page and it is telling that you can buy this product. But at the end of the day, when you click on book now, it is letting you book with a host. Those two doesn't go with each other. UI wise, not bad, I would say. Yeah.
Another thing which I felt with this was you have to take multiple hops to do that versus some of the other tools, where you can get to the final booking little faster.
yeah, that's I think okay, it has a login, and should we just try logging? There's also sign up page. Okay, sign up page is not working, and pricing page. I think these all again don't work.
Placeholders. Yeah.
So try it now. Only I think it has built functionality which is very basic, but the the place where I give it points is it has built a really good landing page. But we didn't ask it to do that. it, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
Let's give an overall score.
overall, what do you guys think on the criteria of 0 to 1 functionality and UI? I would say
0 to
maybe
10, you mean?
yeah,
0 to
0 to 10. 0 to 10. Okay. You see that?
I'll give maybe 3.
Okay. I'll give 4. I like a standing page. It surprised me. So okay, 4.
And that was the only reason I gave 3.
Okay.
I
Cool.
gave it 2
Let's
because of that. It gave a landing page which I didn't ask for.
okay. Cool. I like serendipity sometimes, which is it's surprising me. So okay. The next is Replit. So Replit, let's try out the functionality, right? So it's a I'll go
The first thing to do, it
okay.
actually used the name. Like, did Versal use the name correctly?
Yeah.
Oh, it
It
used. Okay. Okay.
it also added a logo. Okay, so let's go.
No. Think of it like this. This also has a landing page: home, schedule, pricing, contact. So it also did like a website kind of format, not like an actual product.
Yep. Okay. That's a good observation. So let's go in. Okay.
Nothing
Schedule
is
entry.
working. Okay, it's working.
Yeah. So it has in it also says available this week, available today. So it has different uh, let's go and select pick David Williams. So time zone. So about the host and then this one. And then okay, then you give all of the details. Yeah, it gives that error which we saw before. So let's go back to the home and see how does it have sign in. No, sign in doesn't work when I click on it. Sign up doesn't work when I click on it. contact doesn't work, pricing, schedule.
Everything
Those
else
are
is a
looking
placeholder.
like just like
Only
wall
only.
purposes.
So again, I think lower than average landing page, 0
But
to no
better than
functionality.
Vercel, at least for me, I feel. I feel this is
Okay,
little,
so
actually more detailed than that. One thing which I liked about this compared to Vercel was details about the host and what they expertise. And because I imagine if you're scheduling with some company where not for our platform, but if there's a recruiter, if there's a hiring manager, I'm just making it up, like hiring manager or someone else too. So it gives their expertise, their profile, and all.
Actually, we should have one criteria called serendipity, Sidhu.
yeah, that's right. Yeah. So what do you guys like? How much do you score for this website?
I don't know,
I'll
maybe
give 6.
4. I'm more critical than
Funny is
Funny is funny is never coming out of Lovable.
not just lovable. So my thought process here, right? Landing page. I'm guessing maybe there's something in PRD. That's why Versal is also building a landing page. I'm guessing now because both of them did the same. Scheduling wise, I kinda like it, but the thing I liked it comparatively than Versal is it's not just randomly simulating. Like it thinks like okay, it's a Calendly app, which means I don't want to just randomly simulate. When I click on okay, schedule a meeting, it should actually schedule. Otherwise, just throw an error. The better thing it could have done is instead of pasting that stupid error, which a PM cannot understand or a vibe coder cannot understand, rather it should have told integration needed or etc. Something that's meaningful so that the person can take an action.
yeah. So I would maybe give it a 5. Little bit better than Vercel, but I think Replit is doing little different than the other apps. So Replit basically doesn't connect to Superbase, but it has its own backend infrastructure which it builds. But the problem with that is it's not straightforward, and they charge for the hosting of these infra services, and it is basically little pricier than Superbase when we use Lovable basically. Superbase, I think it's a mature product, and a lot of other it's almost like a backend as a service. A lot of other tools use Superbase, and they have like very big free tiers where you can experiment with a lot of users, at least to start with. So you essentially can build a product, experiment with till a point where people start using it and you know if it's actually useful for people or not. But Replit, the problem is as people start using it, you pay by usage and you keep paying more and more. And I have also seen that Replit basically has charges even for deployments. They charge like 25 cents for deployments and all. So that actually the cost keeps adding up. So at least in my view, Replit is a little bit costlier. But the place where you can save is for Lovable. If there is an error which you can't fix, you have to go to ChatGPT and you have to have a ChatGPT subscription. For me, as I have both the subscriptions, it doesn't matter for me. But in Replit, right, if you don't have a ChatGPT subscription, there is a Replit agent which you can basically talk to, which is similar to ChatGPT, and ask about errors and paste things which Replit is not able to do it. So I think that is there is an advantage, but there is also a cost difference for using Replit. But yeah, again, I would maybe give a 5 to Replit. Let's go to Lovable, our favorite. So Lovable again says
Actually, go to
connect.
homepage, Sidhu. Let's see if this also built a homepage. There's a home on the right. Maybe click on that. Not working. Okay. So it actually customized only to us. Okay.
It only customized to us. So and I think it said our name. See, so look at my picture. It's like somebody who ran over, some character in Breaking Bad or something like that. Okay. Funny is decent. Srinath is like a kid here.
Yeah. No one would schedule call with me.
Okay, let's start here, right? So it basically gives the name, role, and available times also, which I think it's dummy data still.
I'll
You go
actually
in.
tell you one thing. I didn't like what ChatGPT did here. Like the PRD, right? It knows all three of us. I'm sure it knows based on the chats. It could have done a much better job of giving this PRD in the right way. It could have easily told that, hey, these are the three hosts, these are the titles, all of that it could have given nicely in the PRD. Anyway, I'm deviating, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good observation, Fanny. So recently I've enabled that save history thing where it knows more about you. So when I started doing it, you could actually try this prompt out. I don't know if you guys tried it or no. You can ask it to create an image based on the conversations I've had on how I would be 50 years from now. Like when I'm 60 or something like that. So it'll actually simulate based on your aspirations, it will simulate an image of what you might be doing. It's an interesting way to see, like, yeah.
I wish I'm sitting on a beach, chillaxing, company sold, have enough money, etc.
Yeah. We should also do a video on that and see like what ChatGPT thinks about us.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. I don't like the way it is formatting. So the text is coming out. I think I've seen this constantly with Lovable. So whenever you try to do something, it actually doesn't look at how the spacing is and all of that. Spacing has been an issue with Lovable.
That is true. I totally agree. Yeah.
So let's click on this and it gives timing. Okay. Then I'll give all of the. Okay. It basically, again, Lovable, as you said, Fanny, it is basically trying to impress you. So it creates all the dummy data.
Serendipity is 10 or 15 out of 10.
Yeah. Okay. So you have booked the timing here and then you have booked another meeting. Let's see. And I want to see reschedule if it's working. Oh, it doesn't work. Book another meeting still goes to this. But it basically closes the loop, right? Then I see, let's host settings. You can actually select the host also. Contact, it doesn't work. And then, okay, policy, no, all of these don't work. Yeah. And see, look at the spacing here too, right? So it looks odd.
Yeah.
Where the select
More focusing on the functionality versus the UI part.
Okay.
But
So
these
what
are all can be fixed easily.
fixed
Which is easily understood also.
I don't know if I can say easily, but yeah, can be fixed.
So what do you guys rate this?
I think it did what we asked for, nothing beyond that. I hate the simulation part, but I'll comparatively give better, like maybe 5, 6, something like that.
Okay. You, Srinath?
Yeah, I think it's directly to the point. I mean, I'll as well give better rating than the other ones. Maybe for now I'll give like 7.
Yeah, I think I'll also do the same because it's actually doing what we asked for, not a landing page application which we can use. But I think there can be better things that it could do. So I'll give it a 6. Okay, let's go to Bolt. So this is Bolt. Again, Bolt, it says how it works. It has features, pricing, and support. So it intends to build a landing page, but it does a bad job at building a landing page. And so essentially, it wanted to build it like a product, but it doesn't have a landing page with pricing, features, and all. I don't know, but it looks like Bolt has a lot of users, but Bolt keeps failing me all the
See
time.
that pricing? That is the most confusing pricing I have seen. When you pay for a $20 subscription, they tell that you have 50 million tokens. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, think of your customer. Like, what does 50 million like tokens mean?
What do I have to do with that?
They'll explain that depending on the prompt that you give, we might be using different amount of tokens. Who will understand that, dude?
Okay, so where do I see the pricing? I can't find.
Like, if you go to the left, like if you just hover on the left, that's also a confusing thing. You have to go to the left and then the bar comes up.
Okay.
Go to your subscription. See, you have 10 million tokens. I have no clue what that means.
So actually, you can't make that do that math in your head, right? So Lovable is easy. You know, everything is 1 credit, right? So you have 100 credits, and I know what I'm jumping into. So how do I know like how many million tokens will I use? Okay. Yeah, that's true. Cool. Yeah. So I think I don't know, man. This actually completely fails.
Can you click on select and continue?
Okay.
I like their UI better.
The once you selected, the UI is better, maybe.
I feel this is very similar to
Oh,
Bolt. Like it went directly to the point.
No, this
so
is Bolt, right?
this is Bolt.
Sorry, with Replit, I'm saying. I mean,
Yeah. So it basically also says purpose. Also, you have purpose, and then it can complete. Can says okay, and I think it has more things added to it. Maybe we can say that, right?
one thing which I liked was adding to that calendar,
Yeah.
which just pretty like
Simulation, yeah.
minor option, but gave that.
But essentially, I think you can develop this. Like, you don't need a Google integration. You can develop this and just add it
Yeah.
here, right?
Yep.
Yeah. But see, it intended to make it a landing page, but it doesn't have any of these created. So that's the problem. And sign in also doesn't work.
I actually like it to a certain extent. I feel like it solved the problem that we asked for.
So how do you guys rate it then?
Can you once go to Replit once?
Yeah, this is Replit.
This also gave pricing. Okay.
Yeah. So
No, maybe the
what-
PRD has that. I don't know. Like that's why these guys might be giving all of these details.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because everything gave some options at the top.
Okay, but look at the alignment here, completely off, right?
Yeah.
There is also a line that I'm seeing on the top.
Yeah, there's also a line. So
I mean that if the line could have come down, Sidhu, it's a very good visual indicator telling which step you're at.
Yep.
yeah. Oh, that's right. So it's actually telling you which step you are at, right? So it's like
Journey.
Oh, that's good.
Timeline.
I would give it like 6 or 7, close to 7 probably. More than Lovable, I would say.
Yeah. I mean, as of now, I would also give slightly better, maybe 7.5.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give maybe a 6.
I might be slightly biased because of how much Lovable that I used and how painful it is to like do certain things. Maybe I'm biased a little bit.
But I think one good thing with Bolt is Bolt also has Superbase similar to Lovable, and one additional feature which Bolt has is you can create a app, iOS app, right? So which you can't with Lovable or any other one. Okay. So now let's look at Firebase. So again, right, for anybody watching this, so Firebase is, at least to start with, it's free, but you have to connect your API and then connect to the backend and all of those things. So this is what it built. Host, timings. Yeah, and the timings also don't change by the date we select. And yeah, host also doesn't make.
Doesn't also give any details about host.
So zero serendipities. I think it's basically
They need some. They need some for sure.
Yeah. Maybe I'll give a 0 or a 1 for this.
Yeah, I would go with similar numbers. Yep.
Yep. I'll probably give 1.
Okay, cool. So who's the winner, right? Like we have given ratings, but who's the winner here? Clearly, we see competition. Previously, it was like last time when we did this video, Lovable was the winner, but here we see some competition. So what do you guys think? Which tool would you pick?
For me, I feel it's Bolt because it went to the point of course, there are some UX issues that probably need to be aligned better. Where I felt was it was to the point. Plus, it gives also me an additional option for creating app also, which probably is easy. So that's why I would choose Bolt.
For me, just looking at this problem, I'll still go with Lovable. Bolt is nice compared to like what we did last time. I'll still go with Lovable though. Other than the UI issues that we were talking about, the alignments and stuff, it did the entire functionality. It did to the extent that we did. For a first version, it made sure to like do an end-to-end flow, even though it's simulating. Bolt, it stopped at a point. It's like, I'm not doing anything beyond this. Yeah.
Yeah. I would go with Lovable too. But I would say like because I've used Lovable so much, I'm more inclined towards Lovable. But I think I have liked some pieces of some of these tools. I like the landing page of Versal. I like the way Bolt actually added some more functionality and optionality for you to select. Easy to clear to pick things. But I think Lovable did the job for us, and it's easier to do the backend integration. Yeah.
I'm trying to motivate Bolt to do it more and more.
Okay, Bolt.
Pushing.
I mean, compared to last time, it's a tremendous change, Bolt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I think last time all the other tools were like okay, way subpar compared to Lovable, but now every tool has caught up to Lovable, I guess.
Who
Last
knows?
time I
They might have watched our video. That's what
Maybe.
user feedback.
Last time, maybe it might also depend on the problems, Sidhu. Last time, the problem that I feel is much more complicated than Calendly because last time we were talking about a tax software.
Yeah.
And again, going back to serendipity, Lovable has crazy amount of serendipity. So it visualized a lot of things. These guys, like when you have a lot of information, maybe they're doing good, but nothing beyond that. Yeah.
That's right. Awesome. So yeah, cool. We now know what the winner is, and there's also a runner-up, which Srinath thinks Bolt. So yeah. So anybody, please check out all of these tools and give us your feedback of or experience on what do you think these tools are doing, and has it solved your use case or no. So let's go into the learnings of using these tools. So